Sakura Haruno, the main female character of the Naruto series, gets a really bad rap for being useless and a complete idiot that serves no purpose in the story because she's terrible in fights and she can't help anybody. But that's not always the case. People tend to over-hate Sakura, and even when she does things that are quite impressive, people don't acknowledge her because we gotta keep the agenda of making Sakura useless. So today I'm gonna be talking about 31 times in the Naruto series where Sakura was extremely useful, actually. Let's do this in chronological order. Starting off with number 1, when Sakura saved Naruto from Zabuza's sword. You know, the first time Zabuza shows up when Team 7 is just arriving in the Land of Waves, and the first thing Zabuza does is to throw his massive Kubikiribocho sword that's about to slash the entire Team 7, but they dodge. However, Naruto didn't notice the sword coming towards them, and do you know who saved Naruto from being cleaved in half by the sword? Sakura. She jumps on Naruto and makes him duck down, saving the main character's life. And we're actually gonna see in this video that Sakura saves Naruto's life a lot of times, which is actually pretty cool. Number 2, Sakura saves Naruto yet again. When they were in the Forest of Death and Naruto was fighting against Orochimaru. Orochimaru beats Naruto and then tosses him down the chasm. He was gonna fall because he was unconscious, he couldn't do anything to break his fall, he was going to die because they were very high up, and Sakura tossed a kunai, sticking Naruto into the tree and saving him from the fall. Number 3, right after she does that, saving Naruto with a kunai, she actually is the person who tells Sasuke to go and fight Orochimaru because he's being a coward. Sasuke doesn't want to fight because he is, you know, absolutely terrified of this snake guy that's attacking them, and then Sakura tells him, wait, Naruto's fighting him, he's not a coward, what are you doing, Sasuke, you chicken? And that's what gives Sasuke the motivation to go and fight Orochimaru. Now, obviously, it's not as though Sasuke would beat Orochimaru in that point of the story, but if Sasuke didn't do that, he would be a weaker character for it. Number 4, also in the Forest of Death, after the fight against Orochimaru, Sasuke is rendered unconscious because of the curse mark Orochimaru bestowed upon him, and Naruto is rendered unconscious because of the 5-pronged seal Orochimaru used on him to further seal the Nine Tails' chakra, so they were both completely out of the fight, unconscious, they couldn't do anything, and Sakura was the only one that could help them. She was alone, and she had to take care of Sasuke and Naruto. And that's pretty tough because the sound team comes in Orochimaru's orders to attack Sasuke, and Sakura has to fight against them pretty much on her own, and yes, Rock Lee does arrive to help her, but she faces down against them after Lee gets defeated and she has to cut her hair. It's all that cool scene where Zaku punches her down and eventually Sasuke wakes up and obliterates the sound team. But she was saving Naruto and Sasuke in several situations in that particular fight, because if she didn't fight against them, they would just go and kill Sasuke. That was literally what Dosu was going to do if Sakura wasn't there. Number 5, in the Chunin exams arena during the final round of the Chunin exams, when the invasion of the Leaf Village starts, Kabuto launches a genjutsu and Sakura manages to counter the genjutsu and doesn't fall unconscious because of it. And after that, she's the one who goes and wakes Naruto up so they can go to the mission to go after Sasuke, because Sasuke was going after Gaara. Kakashi even acknowledges that, oh, it was very good that you trained genjutsu so you could break out of this genjutsu and go help Sasuke. So that was pretty useful. Number 6, when Naruto and Sakura catch up to Sasuke fighting Gaara, Gaara's going to go and kill Sasuke, but Sakura gets in front of him and distracts Gaara for a moment. Yes, Gaara bodies Sakura in that particular moment, but she does save Sasuke because Gaara was gonna kill him. He had absolutely killing intent, and when he sees Sakura standing in front of him protecting him in that gesture that he saw in Yashamaru all those years back, he hesitated a little bit and didn't kill any of them, so Sakura did save Sasuke's life in that situation. Number 7. In the Kazekage Rescue Arc, Sakura developed an entirely new antidote from scratch to counter Sasori's poison. A poison that was concocted by Sasori and was completely unique, never seen before, so Sakura had to make an entire new antidote to go and save Kankuro's life. The antidote was then useful to fight against Sasori, because without it, Sakura and Chio would have died to Sasori's poison in their fight. You have to give it to Sakura, making up that antidote on a spot, you know, without much time to work with, knowing that Sasori is one of the best poison makers in the verse. pretty damn impressive and useful. Number 8. When Team Kakashi encounters Itachi's body double in the forest as they're rushing towards Gaara's location, Sakura is the one who breaks Naruto out of the ephemeral genjutsu. Yes, Chio also helps, but Sakura was the one who was there for Naruto, and she breaks him out of it, which is very useful because then Naruto goes and shoves an Odama Rasengan on Itachi and wins the fight. Number 9. Sakura fought alongside Chio against the strongest puppet master in the history of the Naruto verse, and they won the fight. The fight against Sasori is definitely Sakura's highlight in the entire series, and one of the times she was the most useful. So I'm gonna be citing some specific moments that she was very clutch. Number 10, when she used her strength to destroy the Hiruko Puppet. Number 11, when she destroyed the third Kazekage Puppet, aka the strongest puppet ever created in the Naruto universe. Number 12, when she fought against the entire 100 puppet army held by Chio and destroyed several of the puppets. And number 13, when Sasori lunged at Chio with his sword and Sakura simply stood between them and took the hit for Chio, saving her life. That was a very cool scene for Sakura, great character moment. Sakura was willing to sacrifice her life to win that fight. Number 14, in the Tenchi Bridge arc, Sakura heals Naruto after he goes ballistic in the Four Tails version 2 cloak, and he lost his entire skin. He was very hurt after being taken over by the Nine Tails' chakra, and Sakura was the one to be there and heal Naruto. If she wasn't there, it's likely that Naruto wouldn't be able to continue that mission, or he would have to rest for a day or two before they continue to Orochimaru's hideout, which would completely destroy any chance of them catching Sasuke at all, because they were going to leave soon. Number 15. Sakura healed Naruto's arm after he used the Rasen Shuriken against Kakuzu, which was a very dangerous jutsu to use in melee, because the jutsu started to destroy Naruto's hand and wrist before it ignited and destroyed Kakuzu, so he was actually taking that very severe damage to the chakra network that's caused by the Rasen Shuriken, and Sakura was the one to heal Naruto from that. He was able to use jutsus afterwards, so she did a pretty good job. Number 16. She destroyed a massive centipede in the Pain invasion of the Leaf Village and saved several civilians, including a little girl, and then she went and healed the girl. And that was an animal path summoning. That centipede was no joke at all. It was destroying buildings, leveling up the city, and Sakura one-shot the thing with a massive punch. That was pretty damn good. Number 17, after destroying the centipede, Sakura went to the hospital of the Leaf Village and helped healing several ninjas and civilians, trying to mitigate the damage and enable the Leaf Village to counterattack. Obviously, they didn't counterattack because Pain destroyed the entire village, but she was helping out. Number 18, Sakura healed Hinata's mortal wound that Pain inflicted on her when she tried to go and save Naruto from Pain, and Pain stabbed her through the chest. It's possible that he got her heart, and Sakura was able to heal Hinata out of that wound. That's pretty impressive. Number 19, in the War Arc, Sakura was able to detect a White Zetsu spy that was taking Neji's form. She was able to deduce he wasn't Neji because she told him Tauntaun couldn't weave hand signs because his hands were hurt, but Tauntaun is a pig, so he obviously can't weave hand signs, so she found out, oh, this guy's not Neji. He wouldn't know Tauntaun's not a person capable of weaving hand signs, and then she punches White Zetsu down, finding out the spy, which, you know, it's a really good thing because that White Zetsu could have killed a lot of people in that healing station in the War Arc. And Sakura was also able to deduce how the abilities of White Zetsu worked by him taking the chakra of people he fought against during the day and transforming into them afterwards in the night. Number 20, Sakura healed Darui and recovered his chakra during the War Arc when the Alliance came together to fight the Ten Tails, and she was actually covering for Darui when they attacked Madara and Obito in the Ten Tails when it was down there after the massive Earth-style jutsu. Unfortunately, the Ten Tails went ballistic and it didn't work out, but Sakura was healing Darui. It's pretty useful. Number 21. A few chapters later, Sakura was healing Naruto and recovering his chakra, because Naruto had spent a whole lot of chakra, giving it to the entire Alliance, sharing the Nine Tails' chakra with them, and Sakura was recovering him from that very difficult job. Number 22. And this is a really cool Sakura moment when she unleashes the 100 healing seal and punches down several of those Ten Tails clones, essentially nuking sweeping the battlefield with a punch, she destroyed a lot of those clones. She was pretty damn powerful. Naruto and Sasuke, you know, those two very powerful characters in the War Arc, were pretty impressive with Sakura's feat there, so that was impressive. It was without the shadow of a doubt one of the strongest punches ever thrown in the Naruto series. I mean, the scale of it, it's pretty damn insane if you think about it. Take a look at the small Ten Tails clones as compared to the explosion, and those clones are way bigger than a normal person, so that explosion is massive. Number 23, she summons Katsuyu in the new three-way deadlock to fight against the Ten Tails, helping out the Alliance, Naruto and Sasuke with their summons in a pretty cool scene that obviously takes you back to the first three-way deadlock between Tsunade, Jiraiya, and Orochimaru in part 1. Number 24, Sakura helped saving Shikamaru's life when he was drained by the Divine Tree and was about to die for chakra loss, essentially. Yes, technically the person that saves his life for real is Tsunade after she arrives and gives him some chakra and so he recovers, but Sakura was the one pumping some chakra into Shikamaru so that he didn't just die outright before Tsunade arrived. If Sakura didn't remain there helping Shikamaru out, he would have died, which would have been sad, but honestly, more people should have died in the War Arc, so maybe if Shikamaru had died, it would have been okay. Even though it's really cool that he becomes the assistant of the Hokage later when Naruto is the Hokage, but whatever. More people had to die in the War Arc, so Sakura, why did you do that? Why are you so useful, Sakura? Help me here. Make the story better by not letting people live. Just kidding. Everybody knows that the one that should have died was Hinata. But anyways. Number 25. Sakura and Tsunade combine their powers and summon about 10% of Katsuyu into the battlefield of the Fourth Great Ninja War. And that may not seem like a big deal, 10% of Katsuyu, but Katsuyu is absolutely massive. She is larger than a mountain, so summoning 10% of it is something unheard of. They summoned so much of the slug that Katsuyu essentially melted into a shallow pond of goo and spread around the entire battlefield so she could cover the entire alliance, and then when people stepped into her, she was just healing people up with Sakura and Tsunade's powers. That was pretty damn useful. Number 26, and this is a great moment for Sakura. It's a very massive clutch in the Naruto series and something Sakura just thought about at the spot and saved Naruto's life, which was after Naruto got the Nine Tails removed by Madara, and everybody knows if a Jinchuriki gets the tail beast removed, that Jinchuriki is going to die, but there is a way to survive, which is to get another tail beast inside of you so that you kind of fill the void that the other tail beast left, and Minato just so happened to be the Jinchuriki of the other half of the Nine Tails, so Gaara had to take Naruto to Minato so that Minato could give Naruto the other half so that Naruto wouldn't die. The problem is that when Gaara was taking Naruto, you know, flying on his hand and all that stuff, Naruto was already kind of dying because yanking the tail beast out of your body is one of those very traumatic things for you. Like, you're not going to survive that, everybody knows, and Naruto was dying fast. So Gaara flies down to Tsunade so that she can help heal Naruto until they get to Minato, and Tsunade says, "I'm out of chakra, get Sakura, she can do it," and then Sakura hops on. But she realized that normal healing ninjutsu wasn't working out because Naruto wasn't even breathing. He wasn't really responding to healing ninjutsu because when you get the tail beast removed, it's just something else. It's not a normal wound, and so Sakura had to resort to some extreme methods to keep Naruto alive until they reached Minato. She cut Naruto's ribcage open and reached into his heart with her bare hand and pumped his heart, you know, with her hand, just boom boom bumping it, while breathing into Naruto's mouth so she could make Naruto breathe and make his heart beat, even if it didn't want to. It was the most extreme CPR ever done, ever, I suppose. And against all odds, it worked out because Naruto didn't die, and that was because of Sakura. I mean, yeah, Minato gave Naruto the other half of the Nine Tails, otherwise Sakura's efforts would have been in vain, but still. You can't say Sakura's useless after she literally grasps Naruto's heart and pumps with her hand. Number 27, after Kakashi loses his eye to Madara, you know. I've always found that scene kind of funny, but anyways, Sakura heals Kakashi's eye because, I mean, he had a bare eye socket with no eye that has to be uncomfortable, bleeding and whatnot, and Sakura used her healing ninjutsu to recover Kakashi's wound. wound. Now, after that, Naruto does arrive to the scene and literally recreates Kakashi's eye out of nowhere with his newly found godlike powers. But Sakura was trying and doing some pretty good healing stuff to Kakashi's eye there, so it was pretty useful. Okay, this moment wasn't the most useful in the entire story, but I have to at least assume that Sakura's healing ninjutsu to Kakashi's eye numbed the pain a little bit. Cause just think about it, getting your eye, yanked out of your socket must hurt a lot. Number 28, when Team 7 and Obito were fighting against the worst character in fiction, Obito was using his Kamui to try and find the location of Sasuke because he was put into another dimension, and he opened a wrong dimension and a lot of acid just squirted out of the Kamui hole. That sounded a little weird. Anyways, there was an entire sea of acid coming their way, and Obito was pretty weak because, well, he used the Rinna Tensei. He was also a Jinchuriki of the Tan Tails who got the tail beast extracted, and somehow he was still alive. So he wasn't in peak condition or anything, so Sakura had to essentially yank him up and jump so that he wouldn't get killed by the acid. So Sakura saved Obito in that situation, which was very useful, because otherwise they wouldn't have found Sasuke, and without Sasuke, they wouldn't have defeated the worst character ever written in fiction. Cause yeah, number 29, Sakura boosts Obito with her 100 healing seals, and they curl around Obito's body because, Obito was almost dead and without chakra at all, so Sakura had to help him out for him to use Kamui into another dimension that wasn't the Kamui dimension, so it even consumed more chakra than usual, and then they were able to find Sasuke, open a hole so that Sasuke could pass through the dimension, and Sasuke used the Mino Tijikara, switching places with Sakura's vest that she threw away because the acid kind of impregnated into it and it was burning her, so that she had to throw the vest away. And that was very helpful because Sasuke used a Mino Tijikara to save himself because of the vest. Even though Sasuke used a Mino Tijikara with nothing, like he switches himself with air, I suppose, many times, so like the vest was just a stupid detail for no reason. It was there, but if a Mino Tijikara was a well thought out jutsu that always require you to switch with something that you can see and something kind of heavy, then it would have been cool. But as I said before, this is a fight against the worst character ever written in fiction, so it doesn't really matter. It's not even canon, but I'm putting it here just to, give you guys a little bit of a Sakura feats. Number 30, Sakura punches the worst character ever written, and she allows Naruto and Sasuke to touch her and seal her into a massive 6 paths Chibaku Tensei. Cause yeah, the entire strategy of Team 7 revolving around sealing the worst character ever written was we have to touch her! Naruto, you come from that side, Sasuke, you come from that side. But there was a flaw to their plan. She could fly up, so Sakura comes in and saves the day by punching her in the head, breaking one of the horns. They seal the worst character ever written, and that feat alone gives fuel for power scalers to scale Sakura above literally any other character in the series except for Naruto, Sasuke, and the worst character ever written. Even though we saw Sakura punching a Limbo clone a few chapters before, and the Limbo clone didn't move at all, and in that situation, Sakura had the 100 healing seals around her body, meaning that her strength was very much amped, and when she punched the worst character ever made, she didn't have 100 healings activated. It was just like base Sakura, and she was able to punch the worst character ever made and deal damage. When she punched the Limbo clone amped, the Limbo clone didn't budge whatsoever. It was like an invisible, immovable wall. Bottom line is that a single Limbo clone solos Kaguya no diff, but that's a subject for another video. Number 31, Naruto and Sasuke lose their arms after their climactic fights in the Valley of the End. The Chidori and Rasengan clash causes that massive explosion, and the explosion explodes their arms with it. And I guess people get a little bit desensitized to damage when you read a manga or watch an anime, but losing an arm is a pretty big deal. Like, the amount of blood that gushes out of an exposed, blown-off arm is insane, and you can die very quickly from blood loss if nobody comes and helps you, or if you don't help yourself. But Sasuke and Naruto themselves knew that if they even tried to move, their blood would start to pump harder, and they would lose blood more rapidly, so they would die more rapidly. So they were in a pretty screwed-up situation there after their fight. Now, it's a good thing that Sasuke got Tag no Jutsu there, because maybe it was the blood blood loss that made Sasuke agree with Naruto's worldview and say, yeah, no, Naruto, it's fine, I'll go back to the Leaf Village. My arm's blown off, I lost the fight, it's fine. But the thing is, if nobody arrived there, Naruto and Sasuke would have died. And who arrives there and saves the two most important characters in the series? Sakura Haruno. She gets there, she heals Naruto and Sasuke's arms, she stops their blood loss, and Naruto and Sasuke, I was gonna say that they get to live happily ever after, but they clearly don't, because Boruto exists. But she saves their lives, again. So Sakura is very useful, stop saying otherwise. I mean, obviously there are moments in the series she's very useless, so maybe I can make a video about all the moments she is useless, but these are the moments she's useful, you know? People do good things, people do bad things, but you have to compare both situations. Like this video if you enjoyed, watch this other video right here for more cool Naruto content, subscribe if you haven't already, because all those things really help me out, and thank you so much for watching.